Alright, so I'll be reviewing Ansatsu Kyoushitsu chapters 110 and 111. So 110, basically it was the battle versus Karasuno vs. God of Death's conclusion. Karasuno won through frigging a core sensei, basically tentacles going in the right time at the right spot as usual. And after that, they're talking about basically how, he followed, it was foolish for him to follow basically his idol, his guy who basically got into it. But also we can see that Nagisaya was also, kind of shocked, kind of surprised too. He was trying to think of his future. He knew that he wanted to become an assassin, evolve in killing, whatever. And overall, also he gave the rose after defeating God of Death. Karasuno took off his rose and gave it to freaking Bit Sensei and say, I did not borrow this flower from the students. I got it after defeating my enemies. He gave it to her, obviously, and then she tried to run away, whatever. And the students were like, why don't you just come back to us? She would think there's something else differently. She thought, everyone was jealous of her, like whatever. But in the case where they actually missed her, and I loved how she developed as a character, how the students also started to care for her a lot, because originally the students didn't really like her. Her attitude was very horrible. She was really a horrible teacher, actually. But now that she grew as more of a teacher, they don't really want to leave. They don't want her to leave. They want her to, tell her stories. Obviously, do all these different things. Even though they're middle school students, they really do. They really do care. They don't become assassins and middle school students without her. They were her teacher. She taught her a lot. She taught them a lot of things. And also, after they did that, Core Sensei said that, I don't want this to happen again. I want the students to learn and kill and to be killed in a safe environment. And then also, Karasuno was like, alright, I'll do that. And he went to the office, whatever, where his bosses were, and he said that, in consequence, if the student wanted to get, maybe get damaged or killed during the assassination and it was successful, the money will not be paid. The bounty will not be paid. Because they want to make sure the students are safe and the students are alive. They're still middle school students, even though they're freaking assassins now in class E, one of the lowest classes in the middle school they go to. Kyuni go out to middle school. It's like, they're still students nonetheless. They're still kids who have a future, whatever. And also that brings up to the next chapter, which I actually say after this one. So overall, they were planning, and Kyunagawa say they're basically making these apartments in a rushed way, but underground is actually from different parts of the government, whatever, different parts of different organizations. They're actually doing this project called Final Assassination, where they would kill Core Sensei in March of basically the graduation month, March of the upcoming year. And also Shiro found freaking God of Death's actual body because he was the strongest and the closest person to basically kill Core Sensei. Obviously, the reason they did that rule is because obviously they put that the students should get involved was because of God of Death, obviously involving the students and forcing Core Sensei to rescue him. So obviously, they had to force Core Sensei to get out of his hiding and basically, stay instead of being safe, had to go into a place where God of Death could get him. And basically that's where they made that rule. If the students get involved, no money for you. And also the next chapter, chapter 111, was career time. Basically where the students, if they were to kill Core Sensei in time for graduation, they need to decide their future because they've been graduating from middle school, the last year of middle school, and going up to high school. Some of them, obviously, in previous chapters, from the first 20, first 30 chapters, you can see some of the students have passions. Like, one of the students also, Isoga, Bikuna, basically, he wanted to play baseball. He wants to focus on baseball. The guy who does arts, whatever, he wants to focus on arts. One girl wants to focus on being a housewife, which I consider a job, because my mom's a housewife, and I consider that a very difficult job. Trust me, I tried staying in the house to take care of everything. That's a very difficult job, but a job nonetheless. Kanma-kun wants to become a bureaucrat who's basically gets involved in the background of the government, basically during the Kanto earthquake that actually happened in Japan some while ago. Basically, the politicians were all useless, but the nation managed to still operate thanks to the bureaucrats, which inspired him to become one. Nakasuma, basically she wants to become I believe a diplomat or somewhere around diplomat, because it's a very serious subject. She's a very serious character before she's a serious character, but she's at the same time majority a funny character. And then in the manga we see that she was very, very carefree, everything else, because back in elementary school she used to be very grade heavy, very, smart. But eventually, because she couldn't make any friends, and she had no friends, she obviously acted stupid to get friends or whatever, and she lost that ability to obviously be smart, which is why she dropped in class. A very depressing story, and I think it's a legitimate reason to why she acts so carefree. So she wants to become kind of serious. You can see that she has serious moments whenever she's passing those tests for the school. She gets really good grades when she needs to, but she can also be careful as well. Also, Nagisaya is also the person of this chapter, basically. The person, POC or something, POC person of chapter, basically, Nagisaya. Basically, he wants to get involved in assassination because he took freaking Bitch Sensei's, freaking Irene's, basically, tag from a shirt that she bought. She wore, like, she could see the tag, whatever, and he just, like, walked and took that tag away. Like, she couldn't even tell. It was so, like, you know, they were picturing, like, a heartbeat or whatever, and he was, like, you know, his beat was, like, nothing. And then, boom, it went up, and he took the tag without her even noticing. So I think he's gonna get involved in also there. And also, Terasaka wants to become a politician, which obviously Karmakun said not to become a politician because obviously, you know, you'll control you otherwise, because bureaucrats in his eyes do control a politician because they work from the background, which he's still the guy who's always in the background. We could see that it also fits his personality well. And also, it's kind of unexpected because I thought Karmakun would not have, like, an actual job. I thought he'd become, like, an assassin, but it was Nagisaya who became an assassin as well. He wants to become one, and Nagisaya, if you become an assassin, my boy become the world's greatest assassin, destroy God of Death, become surpass him. And we have seen also, Nagisaya also he's shown how he's powerful. He basically destroyed that guy. What was his name? That teacher who basically, you know, wanted to call himself father to the students, whatever. He destroyed him twice. And the second time, you know, it was clutch close as all. He had to use a real knife for both of them. He can wield a real knife where, you know, it's really unexpected him to become one. I thought since, you know, he basically acts like a girl, but as according to the other females, but he can be very serious when he needs to. So overall, be sure to let me know what you guys thought of this chapter of Assassination Classroom or Ansatsu Kyoushitsu in the comments section below. Be sure to like the video, it does help a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. All of those are linked in the description below. And see you guys later. Farewell.